Solutions to Math 65 Quiz 1. All right, let's see. We got two questions. The first one, find all solutions to this. No, we got one question. Look at that. Part A and Part B. Part A, find all solutions to this system of linear equation by graphing. Hopefully you paid attention to that. We got to do it the 4.1 way. Or explain why no solutions exist. So maybe when we graph one of these, they'll be parallel and there'll be no solutions. We'll see. So to graph, this right here is kind of hard to graph, but if we get it into y equals mx plus b form, it's not so bad. So let's see this first guy here. To get it into y equals mx plus b form, maybe we subtract 2x. Well, let me write it over here. Y plus 2x minus 5 equals 0. To get it into the right form, we can subtract 2x from both sides. And as long as we're here, we can also add 5 to both sides. Maybe the line should go down here. Yeah, that's better. And now what we're left with on the left-hand side here, we just have a y. Right? 2x minus 2x is nothing. Negative 5 plus 5 is nothing. But on the right-hand side here, we got negative 2x plus 5. Which is good because this is y equals mx plus b. The y-intercept is 5, the slope is negative 2. This guy down here, maybe I have room to just put it right in. Also not in the right form. Kind of two steps here. We want to first of all get this 2x over to the other side. So let's add 2x over here and add 2x over here. And what that gives us is 2y equals 2x plus 4. And then you're like, right, but I want to know what y equals. It's like, okay, we'll just divide both sides by 2. Oh, 2y divided by 2 is just y. 2x divided by 2 is x. 4 divided by 2 is 2. So now we got two equations. We want to graph them both. I probably will have given you set of axes, so you don't have to draw your own. But let's see, this one, the y-intercept is 2. 1, 2. This right here is 1 point on my line. The slope is 1. Right? There's a 1 right here. So that means that when I go up by 1, I go over by 1. If you want to do it again, go up by 1, you go over by 1. And then I connect these dots in a more or less straight line. I can even label this guy, y equals x plus 2. So now what my challenge is to graph this line right here and figure out where it intersects this line. But since I have it in this nice form, it's not too bad. Maybe I should have done it in a different color. Not too late. Let's make this one right here the red line. So let's see, the y-intercept is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5 right there. Put a dot right there. My slope is negative 2. You can think of that as negative 2 divided by 1. It means I go down by 2 and over by 1. So there's another point on my line. In fact, that's the point of intersection. Ooh, that's terrible. There we go, that's better. So this line right here, I would say, is y equals negative 2x plus 5. So now I've graphed it. I'm doing pretty good. If you got to here, you're getting most of the credit. But really what we want is this point of intersection right here. So my solution will be, wait, what is this point? Looks like it's at 1, 1, 2, 3. So I would say my x equals 1, my y equals 3. Maybe put a box around it so we know it's your solution. And that's the answer to part A. Question number 2, you will see this equation and this equation. I ended up changing it because what I want to happen is for there to be no solutions. So hopefully I made this work right. So let's see, what do we have here? We have two equations. Neither of them are y equals mx plus b, but we can take care of that. The first one is 6x. Actually, the first one I'm going to write as 2y plus 4 equals 6x, because I kind of like having the y on the left-hand side. It's okay if you didn't do that, but I kind of like it like this. So let's see, I want to get the y all by itself. So I'm going to subtract 4 from both sides. And if I subtract 4 from both sides, I get 2y equals 6x minus 4. But I want to know what y equals, so divide both sides by 2. And what that gives me is y on the left-hand side. 6x over 2 is 3x. Negative 4 over 2 is minus 2. Y equals 3x minus 2. So this equation right here gives us this line, y equals 3x minus 2. Try this again. I think the final problem that you'll get will be this equation and this equation right here. I keep changing it because I want the answer to be a certain thing. But this is supposed to be a 4/3 right here, even though it's kind of hard to read. Anyways, we've already solved this equation to get this line. Now we want to solve this equation, and the way we do that is by getting everything that's not an x, or not a y, off this left-hand side. So add x to both sides. I want to get rid of this 4/3 also, so subtract 4/3 from both sides. And what that leaves us with is, in red, y over 3 is equal to x minus 4/3. But we don't want to know what y over 3 equals. We want to know what y equals. So we'll multiply both sides of this equation by 3. If you multiply both sides of the equation by 3, you get a y over here, and you get a 3x minus 4 over here. And now we have these two equations. I guess you could graph them. You probably should graph them because it said to graph them. But you might already be able to see what's going to happen here. We have the same slope, but we have different y-intercepts. So they're going to be parallel. So there's going to be no solution. So let's see, this one right here, our y-intercept is down here at negative 2. Then our slope is 3. Go up 3, 1, 2, 3, and over 1. Get a point right here. And try your best to connect those dots with a straight line. Something like that. This is y equals 3x minus 2. And maybe in another color, we'll make this guy the blue guy. 3x minus 4. So now you go 1, 2, 3, 4 for our y-intercept, and then the slope is 3 again. 1, 2, 3 over 1. Put a dot right here. Try your best to connect those with a straight line. A little bit tricky, but maybe you get the point. Y equals 3x minus 4. And then you say something like, no solutions, if you really want, because they're parallel. I don't know if I really care that you write y. And that's the solution. That's the end of the quiz.